We continue our in-depth look into human trafficking in our state by checking in on the House of Promise. It's a home that recently opened its doors to help get victims of human trafficking back on their feet. The goal is to give them a second chance at a better life. Alexandra Illich sat down with the founder of the organization and is here for you now with a look at the impact it's already having here in the capital city.
Back in 2007, I heard a story of 5-year-old children being sold into sex slavery, and then by the time they were 18, they were considered used up and no good. And something broke in me. I knew when I walked out of that meeting that night that I wanted to be part of the solution, that no young girl should ever be told they're no good. So the journey began.
It took 12 years. Lots of hard work and fundraising.
We've got young girls that are being rescued, and they have no place to go.
And the everyday challenges that come with kickstarting a business.
I'm trying to get the House of Promise as a household name.
But now, Sherry Montgomery is fulfilling what she believes is her purpose in life.
We bought the house, closed on it December 28th, and we got our first girl March 24th, and now we have 4 of them here, and it's just amazing.
This is the House of Promise. It's a safe haven for young women and girls aged 12 to 22 who were victims of human trafficking. The foundation of this organization is built on faith and hope, serving as a place where victims turn into survivors through education, guidance, support, and unconditional love.
It's picking up the pieces from whenever that first trauma hit is where the brain stopped growing. And so you've got an adult with maybe a 10-year-old mentality that she's trying to work things through.
You see, victims of human trafficking experience both physical and psychological abuse.
They took me from my home when I was 6 years old.
And for some, it starts at a young age. According to the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, traffickers will use physical violence to dominate and control their victims. They'll do this by starving, beating, or raping them. Once rescued, victims may experience signs of depression, anxiety, and PTSD. But once they come into this home, Montgomery vows to help them cope while keeping this important promise.
The promise is that they will be loved, accepted, that we will help them find themselves, we'll help them grow. We promise that we're going to be a family. So is there drama in this house? Oh yeah, anybody that has teenage girls can probably understand what the drama is in this house all the time.
Up to 12 women or girls can live here at a time. They'll call this place home, rent-free for 2 years, a time period in which they'll learn life skills such as how to budget, read, and in some cases, handle their emotions. They'll also undergo therapy to help them rebuild before hopefully leading a successful life of their own.
That's really one of our biggest things, is when there's something they don't like or something that happened, it's walking them through those emotions.
The program isn't for everyone. It's designed to help those who have been severely sexually abused and trafficked.
We do a lot of the intake for a month, and we figure out what their treatment plan is. And, that's when, there may be some girls that don't have to stay here as long, and then there's some girls that may have to stay here longer.
And after 5 months of being open, the House of Promise is already working hard at fulfilling its mission with no signs of stopping anytime soon.
We are getting a girl about every 2 weeks is what the average is, and if that keeps going, we got to grow, and we got to grow fast.
And Montgomery already has plans for when that day comes.
My dream is to have another house. I would like to, my dream is to be able to house 100 girls. I want to be a national home. But my dream too is to buy property to get apartments so the girls can, after they come out of program, that they can rent, apartments from us where we can keep a close eye on them. So when something really, some kind of trauma happens to them, we are still really close to them to help pick up the pieces.
Allie is here with us now, and there's certainly a lot of work has gone into making that happen, and the House of Promise relies on grants and donations, right? So how do people get involved?
Yeah, so it's a nonprofit organization, so without those grants and donations, it can't exist. So you can get involved by heading to our website. We put a bunch of links on Scene on 6 for the House of Promise, and then also the organization is having one of their largest fundraisers coming up in June, so we have information about that too. You can either volunteer or give monetary donations. Anything helps.
Yes, and I will be at that fundraiser, so any interest, check it out. We'd love to see you there. Thanks, Allie.